5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're good.
Hello, racers! Welcome back, everyone. Coming to you live from the Chicane Club here in Jupiter, Florida, while I am driving good old Laguna Seca. I don't know if there's anyone who's ever been on a simulator who doesn't know what Laguna Seca is, because it's been in every sim racing game, literally, I think, ever, as long as sim racing games have existed. I learned Laguna Seca when I was probably 8 years old, playing Gran Turismo and having no idea what I was doing, and I knew my way around here. I'm sure anyone in my generation who likes cars and racing can probably share that story. Small tidbit, Garrett, if you want to grab it off the shelf behind you, I've got my original...
I was one step ahead of you. I already had it out.
I've got my original copy, my actual original copy of Gran Turismo 2 on the shelf here at the club all the time. That is what my parents should have never bought me. Hi, Mom. That's the game my parents never should have bought me, because I probably would have had a different career at this point if it wasn't for that little
physicist,
silly PS2 game.
You know, intellectual,
lives,
mass engineer, who knows, doing things more useful than
putting the next man on Mars. But no, here we go, sim racing.
Here we are, turning money into sound.
It's a lot more
playing
fun.
video games in the daily.
Yeah. So, anyways, so Angela and I and Garrett, we all did a little bit of work this week trying to work on getting the Mercedes a little faster. We did even consider going to a different car for this week forward, but after the testing we did here at Laguna, we kind of settled on sticking with the Mercedes for a bunch of different reasons. I did about a 10-15 lap stint using the standard iRacing setups, the high downforce setups, which is what we're going to essentially running here at Mercedes right now. I did 10-15 laps with the Mercedes, 10-15 with the Ferrari 296, and then 10 or 15 with the Porsche, which seems to be the other very popular choice. I found that I can essentially turn the same lap times with the Ferrari and Mercedes equally. Ferrari is certainly easier to drive. Would be some adaptation for me, but I think I could really be pretty competitive with that thing. Mercedes is the known beast. I've been driving it for a while. It's a little bit more work to get the lap time out of, for me, in my opinion, which I assume is why very few people use it here on iRacing. But, you know, like being different, and I love this car, and driving something I know is really where my strength is. Not that I couldn't adapt, but, you know, it is what it is. And then the Porsche, I think I would need a huge amount of time to adapt to what that car needs. With it being rear engine, having the engine in the back, it requires a very different driving styles. I'm sure Angelo can talk even more on than I can.
The engine's in the back.
Things. Yeah, hanging over in the wrong place.
Gotta love the fact that Greg likes the Mercedes. It's a little bit odd.
Yeah.
Drives a little bit different. You gotta be patient. Greg and I have been working on that in discussion. Definitely, each car's got its own subtlety. We haven't explored all the full setups yet. We're still working through some of that. What iRacing likes, what the real world likes, and what we find is best for Greg. Brakes, balance on the brakes is the next thing that we've been trying to... Greg's working on his braking effort and how he's entering the corner. Basically, even listening to Daniel Morad's commentary on turning the car with the feet. Greg did a little extra work this weekend, and I think it's paying off.
Yeah, I think this is... I did make some observations come out of Spa in my own driving. I tried to hit the reset button internally in my head with how I have to drive this car. I realize is that it's very easy when you're not conscious about it, that it's easy to overdrive any of these GT3 cars and try to like flip them around and slide them and get aggressive with power and put it sideways, and all you do is burn the tires off, and ultimately, even if you're not worried about tire deg, you're not really going any faster. So I've been really working hard to try to slow down, and not slow down, but slow down my actions and just drive to a slightly lower
Good word, slow down your
threshold.
actions. Yep.
Yeah, and just drive a little bit under the limit rather than a little bit over, and it actually is yielding a lot of time. The hard part with tonight is, well, it's not going to be as easy as me turning laps on a mostly empty track like this. It's going to be the most traffic-ridden race I think we've ever done, based on the test race we did earlier today. There's not every other corner you've got traffic, so this is the biggest traffic management place we're going to have to deal with. So
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Garrett and I are up to the task as best we can. We're going to try to give you as much heads up because there's going to be something in every corner.
yeah,
You want a good clean race, be able to put some points on the board.
yeah. So real quick, kind of skip past the introduction part, but yeah, welcome back to the stream tonight. I've got myself. I'm the founder and CEO here at the Chicane Club. We are South Florida's elite sim racing social club. So I come to you live from one of our 2 CXC Motion Pro 2 sims. These are priced at about $100,000 a piece. Is that overkill for private sim racing? Yes, it is. Does it make me any faster? I mean, I really like the steering and having a real hydraulic pedal set. These displays definitely don't suck. But yeah, is it overkill for competitive sim racing? Yes. Garrett and I are working really hard towards going racing in real life ourselves, so we're trying to use this as a test bed for us to really develop our own racing skills. We're not here purely to win or be really competitive in a sim racing world. I don't know if I'll ever be a sim alien. I'm good. Some people say I'm great sometimes. I just think I'm good, but I will never be an alien. I'm just a humble 2300 iRacing, and maybe we'll get some marginal improvement from that. But anyways, tonight I'm joined by Garrett Heisinga, as always, who's going to be my spotter and crew chief, helping me with strategy, helping me dodge the bullets that are the GT3s and LMP2s. I've got Angelo Lazzaro joining us again from Onze Suspension, who's going to be helping me. He's got a lot of experience as a race engineer and shock engineer, rebuilding all sorts of race car shocks all around the world all the time. Unfortunately, TJ from More Podiums is not here tonight. Could not be here. I'm sure he's already lighting up our live chat though. So sorry you can't be here, TJ, but we miss you this week. But
Miss you, TJ.
Hope you can enjoy this one from home. And then my lovely wife Daphne will also be on the headset, whose voice I have not heard here yet. But please say hi. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
it's me. Here's my voice.
Hey guys.
We also have Replica Racing, who says, "Hi guys, let's get this. Can't wait to see how the car handles."
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josiah. Thanks for joining as always. For anyone that's new here, Josiah at Replica Racing puts together all of our sim liveries and then helps us with all of our sim photography. So you probably see it right over here somewhere, the image of our Mercedes. Can't really see it on my onboard, but if you watch some of the replays, we'll see it at some point as I make all these mistakes in the final couple of hours. So,
You do
yes.
a great job between talking and driving. Mostly we tell the driver to shut up, but I really enjoy it. No, your commentary is really good.
Cool, thank you. Don't ask me to do this in the real car.
No, never.
But yeah, so we're working week 9 of 12 of this current season of iRacing. We'll break it down after the race tonight, but we're looking pretty good in the points right now. We participated at least 2 or 3 races every single week and every single week of this season, so we've put in some solid work. We had our win at Long Beach. We've had a number of top 5 finishes. A couple times we were taken out and had to finish a couple laps behind, but we still brought home some good points. So last I checked right before we went live here, I was 2nd place in Division 3 in GT3 class by 1 point. So I'm hoping tonight's race will get us back in that top spot. But I think that's going to be a fun one to fight for. And then overall, in the region of Florida, I am number 1 in GT3 class. So I don't know how that's possible that I'm number 1 in the state, but maybe there's not a lot of people doing this race, this series in Florida. But either way, we'll take it. So
I guess Floridians only know how to go straight.
What's that?
I guess we only know how to go straight with our roads.
Yeah, something.
We do have a lot of straight roads.
You get the most bend is a slight curve on an 85, to be fair.
Yeah. But just by nature of the fact that I'm not texting, I'm probably that's the reason I'm doing so well, because 3/4 of people are all on their phone constantly.
We
Amount
can
of
just
people I
stop
see-
light and wait for like 6 minutes and we're fine.
Yeah, it's not even people texting. I see people like scrolling Instagram on
yeah.
I-95. Like, oh, I'm bored, so I'm just gonna go to Instagram while I'm driving a 3,000-pound brick of aluminum at 80 miles an hour. Yeah, smart. That's why our fatality rates are so high.
Well, if people took driving as serious as we did, we'd have less.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want this board as I go. So, yeah, I think the entries are capped at 35 total, which is much down from where we were at Spa last week. But then again, this track, I don't know, how long is Laguna, Angelo? 2.2 miles, something like that?
Way too short, and as we know,
2.238 miles. Yeah,
Yeah.
too short.
all the rules in the world, you can only put so many cars per mile.
Yep.
That is it. That's why Road
Yeah.
America can start a real ton of cars.
Yeah, I wish we went there this season
Yeah.
for this, because that's one of my... And Watkins Glen. Those two are
Yeah.
my two favorite in the country by quite a margin.
Yeah. With endurance racing, you know, Road
Yeah.
America has enough straightaway that everybody gets his check up, relax a little bit. You know, this is going to be tough for us, both you in the seat and us behind the seat. We're already getting a little nervous.
Yeah, this is really traffic management, which, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe that's part of being a Florida driver that has me a little bit of an advantage. The amount of traffic we get to drive in down here.
Have you driven in New
Sorry
York
to
City?
interrupt, but
Yeah?
Yeah.
we have a special guest with the same last name as you, Greg.
Oh, really?
It is not a Debbie, though. It is,
Oh.
in fact, a Michael.
Oh, I see it. Hey, Mike. How are you? Thank you for joining.
He said, very cool to watch and hear you're doing so well in the standings.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, we're kicking butt here. We're gonna try to keep that up tonight. I think Mike and I, in our underwear in our parents' basement, have collectively a lot of hours at this place, trying to pass all the Gran Turismo license tests
Nice. Love it. Love the memories.
on a cheap Logitech sim bolted to a bunch of plywood. Gotta start somewhere.
Absolutely.
Look at me now, still playing video games.
Yep. Still plays with race cars.
Oh, not paying attention.
I know. You got all excited. Thinking about plywood and splinters. I don't know.
No, you should setting up the line for a fast lap here. That's all. Get a little bit extra speed.
Yeah. So, I know Angela and I were, before we got started here, we were talking about maybe making some final setup changes. I think if I'm being totally honest, I think the setup, I literally, for anyone watching, I wanted to reset the setup that we had because the setup we used at Spa was kind of like a long evolution that I had developed myself. And obviously we were not very fast last week by quite a margin. We were 2 to 3 seconds a lap off consistently, which, yes, at a 2.5-minute circuit, percentage-wise, is not that far off, but it just is kind of indicative that either the Mercedes is slow or the setup is slow, or I'm slow. But the truth is that it's probably a little bit of each.
I'll go with C, driver.
You always got to tighten the nut behind the wheel.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna stick to my tinfoil hat and say that there's outside influences.
Yeah, there's no denying that Mercedes, there's a reason that no one else is driving it here, so maybe I'm just the moron that refuses to change the car, but either way, I'm determined to make this car work, so, ooh, a little bit deep.
Again, smoking.
Well, I'll be focused a little bit more and doing a little bit less commentary for our race.
No,
but anyways, so my point is that I started with iRacing's default high downforce setup for this car. And I've been spending a lot of time in that. It's quite balanced everywhere. There's a couple things that I would like this car to do a little bit differently. I feel like I have a hard time being terribly precise with the front end, my way into corners. I'm a heavy trail breaker. I use the brake pedal to drive the car in as much as I can, and then on the way out, I try to, use the gas pedal to continue that rotation going. I'm having a hard time placing it exactly where I want to every time. I'm finding it very difficult to be consistent. I don't think that's a consequence necessarily of the track. think it's just how this car is set up. So what I was talking about with Angelo is like, how can we make the front end feel more planted?
So,
What
yeah,
I felt,
that
what
was
I
a bit
felt
of
the
the fun.
Ferrari. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, no. That was a bit of the fun, you know, trying to figure out what every chassis likes, what every driver likes. You know, there's always a bag of tricks of opening up the front end. iRacing is no different than real life. Sometimes you have to try both directions to see what the driver and the chassis likes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just have to change the driver and tell them you're overcooking the corners on the Mercedes. You know, let's back up our brake zone. Let's not pivot it on its nose as hard as she doesn't like it.
Yeah, knowing when to just start pulling back a little bit. It's what we were talking about here at Laguna also is that as you guys can see on my center screen overlay, we've got 67 degrees Fahrenheit ambient temperature and about 95 track temp. That's kind of on the low side. And this is a lower speed track, so it's a little hard to get tire temperature into this car. So it takes 3-4 laps for them to really wake up. One, makes qualifying tough because we're never going to have hot tires for qualifying. Yeah. But that's just something that everyone has to face, so it's our responsibility to do the best we can with that. But it takes a long while for them to come up. They have a peak that's, I would say, about 3-4 laps long. And then it's a very gradual fall off. The problem is that when they're good for 4 laps, you kind of get comfortable with that, and you're like, oh, I just want this to stay and not go anywhere. This feels awesome. And then right as you get comfortable with it, they start falling away. So it's about knowing to give and take with that. And the second you start trying to push too hard and squeeze more out of the tire to make it do what you want, and overheating the tires or wearing them too much, and we're really slow. So you have to kind of know when to
slow down to go fast.
Exactly.
And a quick question for more podiums.
What's up, TJ?
When you brake, are you using your calf or your quad?
Oh, that's a good one. Here, let me look into that for a second. I've never really...
He doesn't know.
He'll let you know. He'll let you know in a second.
What I would say is it's a little bit of both. Usually what we look for with proper ergonomics, and every car is a little bit different, what driving position. Like obviously a GT car, which is pretty close to the position I'm actually sitting in right now. Usually from our upper leg to our lower leg is something like anywhere from 90 to more like 120 degrees. So you're trying to straighten your leg to apply brake pressure. You don't want to be reaching with your ankle and your foot to apply that brake pressure. If you are, there's something very wrong with your seating position. You guys are drinking?
Nope.
That's
nope.
not fair.
Not at all.
I
don't know what he's talking about. It's bottled water.
Well,
it's hot back here.
I kind of want one, but it's not a performance-enhancing drug. As much as I'm allowed to drink and drive here, not going to help me tonight. So you guys enjoy back there.
Thank you, Greg.
Yingling, if you're watching, we would love a sponsorship, please.
Yingling, if you're watching, I will put you label
Ta-da.
first right here.
The good part of this is good group of friends having fun and just trying to figure out the racetrack and car. Try to put some laps down.
Yeah, let's do this thing. Are we inside 30 minutes to our race, Garrett?
We not quite. Actually, then if we are not. Not bad.
I'll do a couple more.
Yeah, you do a few more laps. You got plenty of times where.
All right, Greg, talk to me about the chassis that you got. We went to Spa and tried a couple different things. You admitted a little bit driving deep, a little oversaturation of tires here and there. You went to high downforce and higher rake. And how's that rotation on the rear for the rake angle? Feeling that better?
It rotates pretty well. Once we get into like the mid-corner stuff, it doesn't have a problem rotating.
Okay.
There's some corners that it's harder than others just because of the nature of the corner. The mid-corner stuff feels really good. It's the initial turn-in that it feels like it wanders a little bit.
Yep.
And on the way out, when I'm trying to apply power nice and smooth with smooth hands, it's really hard to keep the rear end under control, which I'm okay with and I can handle. I'm just trying to manage tire deg. All of that. Like your turn 3, it's always going to push. So honestly, for as pushy of a corner that normally is, it rotated quite nicely. Mid to high speed stuff like that, turn 4, it's really predictable. The rear end floats around the way exactly the way I want to.
Nice. Looking at your brake traces, and trying to look for that plateau sometimes. Sometimes you have what I call a mid-step, good hard stab, bleeding off, holding balance in the car. There's a couple of places where, like, let's say, turn 5, you entered and you had the double step, I call it. Either you missed your brake zone or you're not bleeding off correctly, which could upset the balance of the car.
Yeah, usually that's not. Well, it's intentional in the sense that I'm doing that as a correction because I misjudged something earlier. It's not it's not a laziness. It's a
no.
Oh, I let too much off. I need to add a little bit more to correct for it. It's not ideal.
No. And that's the hard part about training a driver, and then us trying to engineer picking a corner that we don't like and realizing, oh, you might have just overcooked that one. Let's leave it alone.
Yeah.
Let's use another corner or use another sector of the track.
The thing that helped me the most that I picked up on in the race earlier today is that to get the car rotated there in the hairpin, I really have to have brake pressure in with the maximum wheel angle. I'm really trying to, like, at the point of the diamond, really need to have brake pressure. If I pop off early because I slowed earlier in the corner, it's going to cost me. So I have to, like, charge it hard enough to have something.
And listening to work, that's one of those corners that you're modifying your brake pressure to get balance, steering with your feet, getting more of a section shot out. If you were just steering with your feet, your balance of their end step how you want it, which are right.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I love if I get a. I synergize those with the car, and I can get you use the brake pepper in the car on the steering wheel. That's where I think I wish we had the ability to like. We actually should have the ability to do it. But like in real life, I feel like an hour thing, like master cylinder sizes and
Love it.
Full rod lengths master cylinders. And so for anyone who's listening, so you guys can see on the bottom left. The big display, you can see my cam. It's a full power well, there's a brake pedal. It's a full hydraulic, which means that the hardware that I'm actually pushing into, it's hardware from a real car. There is actual .5 brake fluid that we put in a real car. Master cylinders transmit that hydraulic pressure to brake calipers, and then that uses the brake pads on the rotors, and that's how we slow a car down. And car towers have ABS that are involved in the middle there. Anyways, so there's 2 master cylinders on all race cars, generally speaking. You have one from the front, one from the rear, and then there's a balance bar in between those two that determines the brake bias. However, brake bias is not just one number. Because of the mechanical geometry involved, it is actually very dynamic. This prototype through, and I'm going to box, and we'll switch over.
Copy that. Box.
But you can play with different size, diameter master cylinders. Box. Just have it. I even interrupt myself to say that.
That's okay.
So different size master cylinders from front to rear, different geometry with the balance bar, which is what proportions the brake force to the front and rear, and then you can actually change the length of the push rods that the balance bar works through, and that's how we change the dynamic or the brake bias migration. So the bias that we have on the initial application adding pressure, as well as the brake pressure releasing. Those things turn out, those curves do not work the same in both directions. There's a little bit of what we call, us engineers like to call hysteresis in that. So the application is actually different than the release. It's very complicated and hard to stay on top of.
Yeah.
But how the bias moves from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 100, 150 bar, how that brake bias balances on the application and then on the release is like one thing that just an engineer driver can spend days and days and days tuning and making ideal. Pro teams do it all the time.
I think it's one of the most overlooked elements nowadays. A lot of cars come canned, built. Back in the day, we used to test different rotors and different compounds.
Mhm.
And like you said, run through different master cylinders and try to get that driver as comfortable with steering with your feet, that balance on entry, and also, like you said, the off pedal migration.
Mhm.
You can have initial bite really hard on the front and nothing in the rear, but then all of a sudden the rear starts heating up and comes in harder and harder and harder.
Mhm.
It's a very dynamic thing. Also, you're going to couple that with front right height, rake angle, shock settings. That's all going to affect your brake bias and your brake balance.
Everything affects everything else, which
Yeah.
is why there's so many highly paid engineers on racing teams. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully highly paid.
Yeah.
That's what I try
Too
to
many
do.
variables, but it's a lot of fun trying to figure out the unsolvable equation.
Yes.
Yeah.
An
So
equation with no one answer.
debrief.
Mhm.
Talk to me. All right, driver. Take me for a lap. Start at turn 1. What do we got?
Okay, hairpin, coming to the hairpin, which is technically turn 2.
Copy that.
Braking at about the 3.5 big brake pressure turn. Put the right side tires over the
Do me a
white
favor,
lines.
give me gearing too as well. 5 down to 2, stuff like that.
Yeah, I believe we're in
You
6,
can.
coming all the way down to 2. Big brake pressure all the way down into the first hairpin, and then we release as we start adding wheel. And like I was saying, I want to hold on to some brake pressure all the way till when I really crank the wheel and bring the car back to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Then we release and very patient throttle, like slow throttle application. If we stand on it, it's going to over rotate or just pick the nose up and we'll never get it through. So I have to have patient, consistent throttle application. I can do that correctly, and we have the trajectory right with the braking. Comes out really nicely. Coming to turn 3, the first right-hander, drive towards the outside, very light throttle brake application because the car is loaded into the corner as I'm adding the brake, and then a nice release off, expecting the car to usually push. I've felt like that's probably one of my most consistent corners is turn 3, if I'm being totally honest. Just avoid the sausage curb on the inside. Coming to turn 4, we put the left side tires on the outside curb, so we bring the car to the left and then immediately back to the right.
Yep.
I'm actually turning in and then releasing throttle and a touch of brake to help set the nose to bring it in. And then once I'm happy with the trajectory, then I can a nice, not standing on it, but a very confident application back to power. I believe in 3rd or 4th gear. I should know these numbers, but it's all so individual.
Driving it by routine.
Yeah, it's just routine for me. All right, coming to turn 5, line up on the right side of the road, braking at about I believe
What time we got?
3. What do we have? About 20 minutes.
Copy that.
Line up the right side of the road, big brake pressure. Try to get in what feels like a little early because there's a lot of camber or banking in the road, so I want to get it into that dish. If the road was flat, we'd have a different line there. But I'm usually apexing just after the red curb on the inside, and I try to keep the left side tires on the inside curb until the end, and then I track out. Out of habit, I'm usually going to 2nd gear, which is probably one lower than I should actually be. Should really work on doing it 3rd, and then use all the track out. Heading up the hill to turn 6, up to 4th gear. We brake at about the 2.5, touch of the brake just to set the nose, get the car pointed in over the crest, aiming to use all the inside curb without hitting the red sausage curb, and then a very firm, confident throttle application on the way out. Watch the exit. We don't drop a wheel in the dirt. Running up the hill to the corkscrew, bring it to the left side, brake over the crest. Car gets light over the top, so you try to relieve a little bit of pressure, but let the ABS do the work the rest of the way. Down to 2nd gear, really need to get to the curbing on the left because it opens up the corkscrew and lets us flow a lot more speed. Full power down the hill, down a ride of 110 feet and whatever, 11 stories really quickly. Bring it back to the right, up to 3rd, up to 4th. Then we lift off, let the car roll, touch the brake to set the nose on the way back in on a big arc, and then a big throttle application on the way out. Hopefully we're using all the exit curb because we got the timing correct. Hustle the car all the way back to the left very quickly for turn 10. Try to get the left side tires on the outside curb if we have enough time. And then just a good hit of the brakes with a nice release. I'm usually not hitting peak pressure there. I'm usually at about 50, 60, 70% per bar. And then a big long trail as we arc it down into the very heavily cambered corner down to apex. If we can get down to that apex with a good amount of speed, we can hammer it on the way out because there's a lot of banking to catch us on the way out. Coming to the final corner, bring the car back to the right. Brake what feels way too deep every single time, but it always sticks right at the 2 board, all the way down to, if we're in traffic, 1st gear, but if it's perfect conditions, we can really roll it in 2nd. square the corner off, focus on a good exit. Again, we don't want to get too aggressive and pitch it sideways because that's just wasted energy. But we'll squeeze down and try to modulate on the way out, tracking out to center the car over the exit curbs. I don't know if that answers your question with how the car is behaving, but that's mentally
No,
what's
no,
going on
I'm
for me in
following
the lap.
110%.
Okay.
All right, give me worst thing, worst corner. Really hate the car. One corner, one element.
Turn 5, I feel inconsistent. It's very hard for me to be consistent. That might be more on the driver side of things.
Well, good, because turn 5, that was one of the double pumps I was seeing on
Yeah.
the brakes. I still want to help you through there.
Okay.
You know, I'm willing to sacrifice to play around. So what did the car do and what did the car not do? Turn 5.
If I have a hard time placing the car exactly where I want to every time. I feel like, I don't know if it's because I need more reference markers, or
Yep.
I just feel like sometimes I'm arriving at apex too shallow, and I'm like, man, I have to slow the car down, wrap it around, and now we exit. We costed a bunch of speed, or I'm a little bit off apex. I know it's a little bit of a consequence of the shape of the road there, how there's
Sure.
kind of like this banked inside, and then it kind of flattens out on the outside. So if you don't get the timing right, you're never going to get there. But I would like the front end to be a little bit more predictable. I feel like it just kind of wanders around a little too much. So I don't know if that's, I know we were talking about toe in the rear, toe in the front, something like that.
Yeah, we just, we were just spitballing some different ideas. I don't know what this car responds to at this track, so to speak. So I don't know what our settings are at as far as camber, toe.
Yeah, let me show you.
Let's start running through that, you and I.
Yep. All right, we got about 15 minutes before we go to the race lobby.
Copy that.
I don't think we need big changes.
No. It's subtle. Yep.
I think
Agreed.
everything is subtle. I think some small toe. What I'll tell you is that I don't think we aerodynamically need anything different. I don't think it's aero pushing or aero loose. I think that's fine. The thing that I feel like I can manage fine, but it's maybe costing us is power down on exit, like coming out of the final corner.
Well, remember the first thing you said is turn 5 front end doesn't turn in.
Yep.
Doesn't feel predictable.
Sure.
So we're going to start with simples. If we could, I'd look at front bar.
Yep.
What we can do to get it through that corner, but I'll also look at camber. And since we're making a left, I might want to add some camber to the outside wheel and take some away from the inside wheel.
Okay.
Just to get it to flick in. It'll help predictability on turn 2. That's where you're on the brakes, turning all the way down to the apex. Now, will it kick the ass end out sooner in turn 2? Possibly, if we gain grip on the front.
Yep.
But let's swing the camera a little bit as if we're going around an oval for those two fronts.
Okay.
All right.
So we have to do symmetrical toe in the front, which
That's fine.
is really
Toe we'll leave later. I'd like to try the camera first, just to see if we can get the front end to dart in there.
Okay, so we're at the maximum in the front, which is 4 degrees.
All right, so 4 degrees max. What gear is turn 5?
It really should be third.
Third. Still slow in my mind.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pull some camber out of the left front. And what's our front bar?
All right.
Yeah.
So 3.8, a quarter of a degree.
Yep.
All right. And the front bar is connected but full soft. One of 6.
Ooh.
1 of 6. I don't know the
this
relative
car?
values, but
Nah. Well.
Assume they're linear.
Yep.
Evenly spaced.
Never.
I know. I have the curves for the real car. I can't imagine that they're good enough to actually use this. Though.
Do you? Awesome.
I
want to see
do somewhere.
Can I see that? Okay, so now power down as far as turn 5 or 11. I'd like to add just a little bit of rear toe just to dig in the tire, so to speak. We're still only at the 180 degrees. We've got a bit of temperature to go with. Track is, if you don't overdrive it, is a low degradation track. It's not much grip here. So I think we've got a little bit of room in temperature and in degradation on the rear if we can.
Yeah, in the race we did earlier today, rear deg was not much of an issue. It was more front end.
Yeah.
We took right side tires during the race
Okay.
just because of how they go off
Yeah.
symmetrically, and it's much more predictable
Yeah,
for me
I
than fighting one into the other.
always been a fan of right side or left side. It's really hard to drive new sticker fronts or new sticker rears
Yeah.
for most drivers. Let's
Yeah.
add a little more toe in.
So we're at 0.057
I
in
saw
on
that.
each
Go to
side.
go a little bit heavier. 070, yeah, 080. Go ahead.
080?
Yep.
Symmetrical. Should we do something a little asymmetrical here?
Not yet. I mean, I would love to. You feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, let's try this. This is going to be a minute change.
Because remember, we do have rights and lefts.
Yeah, there are.
And I'm just looking for a little bit more power down without making rake changes, bar changes, other things. We're just looking for a little bit of tire.
Yeah, I think
My
that's
joke
all it
is you want to use the tire. The tire is, if we're coming off the track and we still got more meat left on it, and we're not using it politely, you want to maximize all your grip out of it.
Yep. All right.
All right, so camber on the front, I'm hoping that it'll, with that inside wheel on 2 and 5, that will pull you down and in a little bit better. The flatter contact patch under braking might pull that side a little bit too.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm able to, I think I'll be able to feel a difference here.
Just give it a breath, give it a couple laps.
Yeah. I would like to get at least one qualifying simulation in before the race.
Yeah, okay.
And I at this point, I would like to run essentially the same setup for the race as I do in qualifying, just because it's, you know, the known beast, just aside from fuel limit.
Big baby.
And then maybe I'll make a TC or a bias change or something, but...
No.
Ooh.
No, it is one of those things that we always laugh, renting the track and running test sessions. Greg and I are just coming together on this one last minute, so to speak, at the race and trying to make changes. So as you can hear, folks, it's tough. You've got to make a change to go faster or slower. If you go slower, you've got to be man enough to say, hey, we went the wrong direction. Let's make notes on that and flip it over.
Yeah, make notes on it. Even if you go the wrong direction, at least get some benefit out of it in the future.
Yeah. Be mindful of your brake trace in 2 and 5.
Got it.
And the people want to know
Yes.
if you guys have driven this track in real life. I know you've worked there.
Worked it, driven a rental car around it, that's about it.
Hey, that counts.
I have not actually completed a lap on my feet, or in a golf cart, or in a race car, or in a rental car, ever at this place, believe it or not.
I did do a full walk around. There's a picture of me laying down before the chicane, before the downhill.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Garrett, ever been to Laguna?
No, I have not.
This is a fun one, Garrett. This is not a great place to race, but it's a really cool place to
Yeah.
race.
Oh, yeah.
Monterey is amazing. Like, I would love to live there one day. Can't afford to, but I would
No,
love
nobody
to,
can.
to like spend a couple months a year there. It's beautiful weather, like 100% of the year. The wharf is amazing. The food's great. The scenes are great. We're about, I don't know, the track is about 10 minutes, 15 minutes from the ocean. Oh, this guy's gonna get in the way.
Yeah, it's all right.
He's got a Ferrari livery on his
It's Porsche.
BMW.
BMW? All right.
He's a little confused.
Mindful of throttle lap. Let's...
Yep. I think our
Clear
tires
track
are getting
behind.
there now, so we'll
Yep.
focus here.
Heads up, 7 minutes until we start a race session.
Copy.
Copy that, Garrett.
It feels the same in 3 and 4. He goes into this flat slide in the middle. Ooh. Oh, thank
Front to
you.
rear.
Thank you, fellow AMG.
Front to rear.
What's that?
Front to rear. Flat slide, whole car.
Yeah. This is the place I'm expecting to feel a big change here. I mean, it's not awful.
No, no, I thought you picked up a little bit more precision just looking at your line.
Yeah. I can be precise with this car when I'm on the peak of the tire. It's the
Okay.
rest of the time, which is, most of the race, that's the hard part.
Yep. We're still taking 160 on temps. You're in.
Yeah, I'll do one more here, and then I'd like to switch to a qual sim.
Copy that. Garrett, time.
840.
Copy that.
Okay. Does feel a little bit less like it wants to carve in at 3, a little bit less. I don't know if that's my imagination or not.
No, well, we pull a little bit of camber out again, on that side to help you through.
That feels
5.
good though.
Yeah.
It still had a little bit of an increase late in the zone though, but that was just to help it a little bit.
Copy that. Really.
That felt good too. But again, we're on the peak of the tire right now, so hard to say.
It's all right. Well, we're still 162, 170. Brake traces look cleaner.
Good. This feels good. I mean, I'm ready to race on this. I don't think this was a step in the wrong direction by a
Copy
long
that.
shot.
That good.
I'm going to just pull off the track here just for the sake of time, just to
Copy that.
reset so we can do our qual sim. I think we should have enough time to get something in here real quick. So, all right, that's our race setup. And my qual
Feel
setup.
comfortable?
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
send it with that. Let's do it.
Like I said, I knew we'd sacrifice going the other direction, turn 3. But if you recount what you said, turn 3 was easy. So turn 3 was your best corner. I'm okay sacrificing a little bit of your best corner to pick up 2 other corners.
Yeah. I have to make the adjustment a little bit, but that's, I think, fine.
How is turn 1, turn 2, trail braking all the way in and down?
I think it was so good that I was getting the rotation done faster than I was expecting to, and I'm in the wrong place, so I have to adapt a little bit, but I think that's a good issue to have.
Okay, good.
So,
Copy that.
all right, let's attempt to do qual run here. We're going to have traffic, but just the point is trying to feel how the car is going to feel on light fuel and cold tires. Do and practice my pit exit on cold tires again.
Yeah, be careful.
Oh yeah, this is
So
sketchy.
one of the other things is, everybody, if they look around, Laguna Seca is completely dusty. One of the reasons why it has low grip is because it's dirty.
Oh yeah.
There is sand and dust everywhere. Wait 5 minutes and it'll blow back on top of the track.
Yeah, this is, in real life, this is a very low grip place.
Yeah.
It feels fairly low grip here in the sim, to be
Okay.
totally honest. But yeah, this place is very, there's no green anything around here, no moisture, no nothing.
No.
Great place to spectate. You can go right up on top of this hill over here.
They're
Awesome.
behind.
Cool.
Focus at front.
Build a gap here.
They're in turn 5. Plenty of room.
Copy. Still only in the 120s and 30s, so
Yeah, no, still. Like I said, I'd love to do a couple of more tests, see if we can add tow and just generate a little bit more artificial heat in it. Will that help us getting over the 180, gain a little bit more grip? Or
Yeah.
will we start losing on tire deck? It'll be the dance between. Brake trace is a lot cleaner, kiddo.
yeah, it felt good.
Good.
Still have to
That's-
work on my throttle on the way out, but
That's one of the things that, I always call it complementary setup. We're trying to help the driver, and he's trying to help us. And next thing you know, the two start driving together, and you're like, "Ooh, better traces." He enjoys it. It works with his timing, how he's getting off the brakes or how he's feeding the wheel. That's what's one of the arts and sciences of setup is that inner ear balance, that timing of how hard you rotate the wheel, get off the brakes, or how you like to drive it.
Oh, that feels good, really. Oh, a little bit of TC pulled it away from me.
Okay.
Over the crest and the corkscrew.
Daphne, how's your beer?
Don't let him get warm, guys.
Down to the last quarter. Folks, Daphne has informed me that there is a fridge full of Yingling lagers.
Alright, we got
I might need to get an Uber ride out of here. Just kidding.
Alright, we're just gonna move over to our race.
Yep.
Let's go racing.
All right, Greg. Good stuff.
Let's do
All
this.
right, let's do it.
Pretty happy with this. The only thing we might want to double check is
Fuel.
our fuel.
Okay.
I know I'm good for quali.
Okay.
So the number I would recommend, I would say we should use is 2.4 liters per lap. All of the previous races, the last 2 days, have been 33 race laps in our class plus 1 pace lap. So 2.3 liters or 2.4 liters a lap.
On the
34
calculator,
laps.
hold.
And TJ has reminded us from afar to post your stream before you join the race.
Yes, you guys.
Thank you, TJ. Love you. Wish you were here. 79.2. What do you got there, Garrett?
And the car can only hold 53, so we have to find out how much we need to add at the stop.
Do you want to start full on the 53?
Yeah, I don't see the benefit, and there's no such thing as a full course yellow where we're going to get a cheap stop, so you might as well just start with all of it.
Oh, 26 if it's perfect math. 26 liter at the stop, but
26 even?
yeah, give or take country mile. I'm quick math in my head.
I'm
an engineer that hates numbers. They're all relative.
Yeah, it's about 2 liters a second, I think, the fueling. So I'm okay adding another whole lap's worth of fuel just to be on
me
the
too.
safe side. So it's
I am
a very
such a
cheap
wimp. I will
insurance
always
policy.
put an extra liter in there.
It's much easier to be heavy by a few pounds than to be too light and ruin
Yeah,
your whole race.
exactly. Exactly.
I'm not good enough to be able to take advantage of a 6 pound. 1 gallon of fuel is what, 6.7 pounds?
Yeah, 6 and change, right?
6 pounds. I'm not good enough to be able to make a difference of that. So.
And again, 6 pounds on how many thousand pounds car is this?
2,800, 3,000
Yeah.
with me. Well, not that I'm literally sitting in the car, but I think iRacing model's driver weight. We're talking about a 3,000 pound car. So
Yeah.
someone else do the math on that, but it's a very small fraction of a percentage point.
Yeah.
It adds up over the length of a race, but you know.
On endurance and everything else, sure, absolutely. We're doing the best we can with, as we say, quick math coming together. Not our paid job for the evening, but we're going to rock and roll.
Yeah. We really wanted to get fancy. I've done this in one of our endurance races, and it'd be cool if. Hard for me because I'm in the driver's seat, so I can't do this.
Yeah.
I break out one of my run sheets and we track the fuel consumption, and then we adjust very finely based on what our consumption is and how far we have to go. And it's a very exact number.
Greg, working in endurance racing and everything else, when you tell a driver to start saving fuel, it's their rate of throttle application, which is really hard to see on data. But he's telling you he's saving fuel, and you look at it like, yep, he saved 3 liters, 4 liters, 6 liters. A little bit of extra coasting here and there, stuff that's really hard to see mathematical. Now, I do know that obviously Formula One and injector timing, you could do the math hardcore as far as just how much fuel goes through that rail.
The very simple math when you break it down, the best way to fuel save for the cheapest amount of time loss is just lifts into braking zones. We had experimented with, what if we
Thank you.
short shift by 500 RPM? Yes, you can go to lower fuel maps, but what you lose you can run the engine. What the Mercedes does is it picks different lambda targets, which is an air to fuel balance.
Yep.
So map 3 is the most aggressive map. It's the big power map. That's what we race entire 24-hour race in. And we only go to map 1 under full course yellow, just because we might as well save it because speed is not a concern anymore.
It's free.
But racing in map 1 you're better off just lifting and coasting. It costs you less time than the horsepower loss from going to map
Which
one.
is amazing, and if you really think about it mathematically, what does the Mercedes rev at?
It
Red line.
revs up to I'm at about 72.
Yeah, so
Oh,
let's just
did I speed here out of?
Did you?
I think I did. I can reset. It's okay.
cheater.
I get a mulligan.
All right. We were talking. Sorry, we're
That's
trying
okay.
to walk and chew gum.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try to.
All right, let's focus in front. Let's
All right, so
let's
this
turn
is
some
where it
laps.
counts. This is qualifying. So one of the things that I would love to have the data and spend more time doing is what's the most efficient way to get heat into a car in one lap. I know big brake stands is the answer, but if you're constantly doing brake stands, then you're not getting up to the same speeds in the straightaways, so you're not dissipating as much energy. So, I don't know, what's your recommendation? If I have to just get heat in one lap, what's the best single way to do that?
Braking again, like you said. It's either that or it's really aggressive wiggling, as we say, but it doesn't do inner carcass as much.
Yeah, I just kind of like pump in some understeer, just scrub
Yeah.
the fronts.
Yeah, again, your surface beating up the surface of the tire. Remember,
Yeah.
3,000 pounds under braking, even if you're at half a G, it's a lot of energy.
Oh yeah.
So it's just
That's
a big
fine.
energy equation, just a lot of physics and goofy stuff.
Yeah, how do we dissipate the most amount? How do we get the most energy into the car and then out of the car as rapidly as possible?
The other one that I'm a firm believer in is long, big arcs. But, pushing that tire and that carcass sideways. But this
Yeah.
track, you can't do it.
There's not enough time.
There's no room. There's no
Alright.
point in
All
it.
right, well.
130 degrees, still plenty of
let's do
time.
this.
Take a breath. Still cold. Nice brake trace, very clean.
Thank you.
A little early.
Yeah. Asking too much of the tire.
139 degrees. Nice
We're-
and clean. Nice brake release.
Thank you. That's a good lap. It's as good as I'm gonna be able to get with
That was real nice.
tire temp.
150.
Okay.
Damn, you left turn 3. Float the speed in the middle.
Ah.
That was you.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's alright. Take a breath.
Okay. That was a good lap.
That's why it's racing, pal.
Not,
That's why it's
not-
racing.
not recovering that one. That's
No,
okay.
no. It's alright.
That was a good attempt.
Nice purple
Uh,
sectors, though. Good job.
Yeah, the optimal would have been a 22.8 plus whatever I had in that last sector.
You had some good speed.
So that would have only netted me what looks like one more position. Who
Yeah.
knows what it would have gone further. But
One of the things that I still love is the way you and I work on it. It's personal best position. Looking at it. You looked really good. What was your take on where you lost it a little bit?
I'd have to watch.
Overcharge? Okay.
Might have been an overcharge, or it might have been a little bit lazy on brake pressure, getting the car
Okay.
stopped.
Okay.
I'd have to check. It was something
Okay.
that I just carried too much speed too far into the corkscrew.
Okay.
Couldn't get it down, or maybe I just asked too much of cold tires. Hard to say.
Yeah, we were definitely on the cusp there. You know, I always laugh. You know what I say? Life begins at 150 degrees for us. A lot of tires light off around there. You said in the sim racing is about 165, 160.
Yeah.
So, all right, we were just under that.
Yeah. All right. We got about a minute here till we go to grid. I see TJ's got a couple more questions. So,
What do you got?
did we win in the GR time trial? Yes. So TJ and I and our wives were Christy and Daphne. We were all at Sebring on Saturday for the SRO America's GT World Challenge stuff, and with Toyota GR Cup. Toyota had a little sim booth set up with some Fanatec gear that you got like a 5-minute chance to set one lap at
Okay.
Sebring.
All right.
And this guy may have won overall the fastest time of the day with one single lap, and I didn't know there was a competition, so I wasn't trying to set the world on fire with a lap. I was just, driving the sim.
Yeah,
TJ
yeah.
and I were having fun. And I did a 2:30.1, which is far from what's actually fast with that car, but apparently I was the fastest one at the end of the day, so I took that one. So that was fun.
What the guy beat you by?
No, I beat this. Second place is only a 10th behind me, so I
Okay.
won overall. Somehow,
All right.
without even trying. Like, if I
Yeah.
actually knew it was a competition, I would have pushed harder. I also felt bad because I'm like,
You're a
I'm
professional.
a professional sim
Rookie.
coach, so should I be allowed to win this?
No,
I felt
no,
guilty.
not at all.
I don't know if I sound like a jerk saying that out loud, but
Yeah, no. One of those that if you're out there, you pull back in pit lane and just park it.
yes.
Had a great purple sector everywhere, but I never crossed start finished.
I completed one lap time. One lap. It was a 5-minute session at Sebring, and the
No
lap
gloating in victory. Do not
Yeah.
gloat in victory. Great job. Great job. That was a setup.
Okay, well, we're on the grid with our race setup now.
All right, what do we got for fuel? What are we running full out of the box?
53.0 liters, which is the maximum allowed.
Maximum.
Expecting to burn about 2.3 liters per lap with all the traffic that we're going to have to manage, but that's why we calculated off of 0.4 to be on the safe side. I know you guys can't see it, but I can see the average fuel burn per lap here, so if I really see that number going up for some bizarre reason, which I can't.
With all the traffic, there's no way in hell.
No, we're only gonna burn less fuel when I'm lifting and coasting into more corners. So
yeah,
it looks like we're the top split because there's several 5, 7, 8,000 guys in each of the classes here tonight. So for me to just hang on would be really cool, but there's a lot of other 2000s that are around me, so I think we'll have a good race here. It looks like I'm not the only Mercedes, which is reassuring.
Love it. Hello, Merc.
So one of the things we discovered in the race earlier today.
Garrett, what did we decide on fuel? Let's stop.
It should have been 29 liters, correct? Or you said 26 earlier?
26.
I just figured play a little bit safe.
Yeah,
extra lap.
20,
Yeah,
22
I had
was
an extra
paranoid.
29. Yeah, just a healthy paranoia.
Yeah, 29 liters, which for me shows 7.7 gallons, and we're only going to take right side tires, which unless something significantly changes, I think that's fine.
Already said. All good.
Okay. Good stuff.
You know what else is cool that we discovered today? So with all the traffic, the windshield gets really dirty.
Ooh.
The car does too.
We got tear-offs?
We do have tear-offs that we can take in the race, but also the wipers also cleans that up, which is the first time I got to try that and drive. It doesn't actually. All it does in real life would just smear everything everywhere and make it worse.
That does not work. Don't touch the wipers ever.
Yeah. So the GTP field is taking off from the grid.
I know
P2s are going to follow. So the thing we discovered earlier in the race is that the GTPs, when they're actually taking the green flag at start-finish, the P2s are in like turn 9, and the GT3 field is like we've only barely peeled off from the grid. So I can see on my screen the marching ants when the GTPs come to the front straightaway, so I kind of know when it's going to all happen.
Yeah. P2s.
So,
here we go.
It's all up to the leaders in the P2 and GT or the P2 and GT3 class how what pace we run here.
I always laugh because, like we were saying before, on such a tight course, it would be nice if they stayed 500 yards behind him
Yeah,
in
or they just,
eyesight.
or if they just threw separate greens for each of the classes. But I imagine iRacing just has a hard time officiating that
Yeah.
automatically. So I don't know. Or 3 pace cars. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, well,
No.
I think IMSA does that at the 24, don't they?
I don't know.
I think there's 2. I might be wrong. No.
All right, let's
There's only
focus
1
in
pace
front.
car. Okay, I'll stop talking.
Stop talking. You got to
Let's
drive,
get more
kiddo.
driving. All right. My guess is that we're going to be going up the hill towards a corkscrew when we go green.
Looking at this marching ants, about half track. It's looking even sooner than that. You might be heading towards the corkscrew.
Yeah.
I know turn 11's slow, but
We're going to be punching off here any second now.
Yep,
'cause
copy that.
safety car's in. We're racing. Awkward race start. In the middle of a corner.
Yeah.
Not making any moves here.
no. Single file, let everybody.
Expecting some chaos carnage.
Cold tires, be careful.
Ferrari making big lunges.
Yeah, I saw it. He's trying to drive some mirrors.
Yeah.
I'm watching your rear view too every now and then. I'll let you know if nobody's aggressive back there. We're all just trying to, like we say, hang on and keep a good single file as best we can. You know the Ferrari wants it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All clear behind.
Hopefully this Ferrari hasn't gone to the Ferrari Challenge School of Racecraft.
Come on, I like it. If there's a gap, you must go for it.
Only for Ayrton Senna, though.
I know. Well, here we go.
Ooh, TC got in my way there.
Danny and Granny.
Ooh. Gonna be
Traffic
messy.
up ahead.
Turn 11.
Yep, be careful, Eyes up. There it goes, there's the spot.
Stay over there.
Watch out for turn 1, these 2 in front of you.
Yep.
Still 3/4 behind, tucking in. There's 1, be careful. All clear behind.
Whoa.
Easy. Car close.
Thank you. Need to calm my hands down.
Alright, a little adrenaline. 99 beats. Where's TJ?
Yeah, what's the over-under
Which
on?
what are we gonna take for bets here?
With the traffic coming up?
Oh no, on Greg's heartbeat at the end of the race.
Yeah,
Peak.
I'm going 110.
I'm going between 120 and 130. What about you, Dev?
100 to 110, copy that. All clear behind.
GTPs are going to be honest this next lap.
Right up your ass.
Back to put up on you right now.
Yep.
Down the corkscrew.
I don't think I have enough to really make a move on this Lambo unless he makes a
Just
mistake.
relax.
Yeah.
Long race. We do not need to stuff it.
All we do is pressure him.
Yep.
You got 4 GTPs going up on top of you.
Yep.
Stick to your outside lines. Looking good.
Tires are feeling good now.
159, 168. GTP behind. Looking dicey. Be careful. There he goes. He just hit.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yep.
You got 2 more approaching.
North.
4 more approaching.
Copy.
Coming fast and furious.
Yep.
2 more. 1 more.
Force me to the outside like that, or the inside.
Sorry. Just maintain. Just maintain.
Yep.
Deep breath.
2 more approaching. They're both battling each other. Be careful.
Okay.
1 inside. 2 looking. Inside. Clear behind.
Thank you.
Oh, more GTP. 2.5 seconds back.
Copy.
I think Garrett and I got a little bit of a rhythm here.
Yeah. You guys are doing
Love it.
great. What'll be really important is if you guys can tell me if there's like a pair
One
that
more.
are,
One more. Dive. Dive. Dive.
if there's a pair that are nose to tail, I need to know that because
Copy that.
You got it.
closing the door on me the way down
Yeah.
to Apex. Oh,
Okay.
it's a yellow. Oh,
All clear behind. You got distance.
copy. We're either before the P2s catch us.
Yeah, they're turn 9, bottom of the hill. Got 1 coming.
P2 field's about to get on top of you. A few seconds out.
Okay.
Let's go back to nice and smooth brakes. Easy release. No double pumps.
Got it.
Right behind you. Inside. Clear. Fucking cool. Deep breath. 500 yards. Clear behind.
Okay.
3.5 seconds. 1 P2.
Copy. Whoa.
My bad. What do we got? $50 yards. P2 behind. Real close.
We get 2 actually.
Okay.
Copy that, thank you.
Two more.
Next.
2 more coming in.
Okay.
That's inside. Overzealous. Yeah, no. By the way, folks, Garrett and I just pooped our pants for what Greg can't see. Love you, Greg. Keep going.
There's a lot of peripheral vision stuff going on right now.
We're in the Where are those eyeball trackers?
Yeah, I know. We'll get them soon.
2 more PTs poaching.
Yep.
They do have a gap between themselves, so they're not on top of each other.
Okay.
He's stuck in traffic, 75 yards back, looking.
Okay. Gotta say
On,
the
on you.
car feels really good. As good as the Mercedes has ever felt.
Excellent. Second one coming. Looking. All class behind you.
Copy.
Big car in the downhill. Plenty of room.
Okay.
Focus in front. All clear behind. Focus in front.
Okay.
Leader, start finish now.
Copy. Tires are starting to go off a good bit now.
Well, don't hurt him.
Yep. Just need to adjust.
GTP, 3.5 seconds out.
Okay.
You're hurting the fronts a little bit.
Okay.
By the way, Garrett, every now and then I lie to him. Oh, you can hear that? Sorry, just kidding. Yeah, sometimes the fun psychology of racing is telling your driver preemptively what he needs to conserve on.
The best driver engineers, or race engineers and coaches are really just therapists for the drivers.
I love it. Lambo's using some curbing up front. Doesn't like that.
Whoa, that came out of nowhere. Alright, I did not know he was coming. I think that was on me.
Apologize, that was us.
Okay.
He got stuck behind the Ferrari, didn't see him pop out. Had eyes on the Ferrari, but not behind the Ferrari.
That's okay.
Great train, start, finish, going into turn 1.
Copy.
Oh, turn 2, sorry. Great train, turn 3. Plenty of room. All clear behind.
Two GTPs, 5 seconds out.
Race spot. I'm learning some new stuff. This is good. Coming fast.
Ooh, too much curb.
Freight
4
train right
GTPs,
behind.
2 of them at the top.
Okay.
Take a breath. Let them go. Here they come. 1, 2. Come on. 3 more.
Okay.
Inside. Inside. Inside.
Yep.
Inside number 2. Ferrari behind. Another one, 75 yards out, behind the Ferrari.
Copy.
Here he comes.
Get one more. 4 seconds out.
Ferrari's using opportunities to close the gap, accordion, but I don't think he's got anything on you.
Yep.
What that is code name for is don't drive your mirrors on the Ferrari. He's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's weaving all over.
I don't know if he's trying to wave his finger at me. Oh, double break.
No, no. He's trying. It's all racing. He's doing good. One more. Here. Here.
Yep.
Clear. Can I breathe? Garrett, tell me to breathe. Okay, thank you.
He's playing fair. Some good
Yeah.
racing.
Nah, it's good.
He's flashing his lights.
Yeah.
Now he's a Ferrari
Now he's-
driver. There it
Guy's
is.
a Ferrari driver. But I
There
thought it's a
it
Ferrari.
is.
I should be faster than you.
And he's
P2
taking-
leader is the 3.5 seconds out.
He's inside. He's looking.
yeah, he's
Oh.
definitely driving like a Ferrari person.
Nah, maybe he's got a little bit better tire management. He's all right.
It's just showing that. Oh, he's trying to
Hey,
play
he's-
games with me.
Nah, he's just trying to drive your mirrors. That's all. Like I said before, let's just focus in front. I didn't see him as any big threat.
Nope.
The game-like tactics. car behind Ferrari.
P2
Yeah.
is right on top of you. GTP behind him.
Yep.
6 seconds out.
Oh, he's gonna follow him through.
He's trying. Oh. Outside. That's good. You got it. Clear. Throttle.
Oh, I'm gonna get
All right, it's all right. Relax.
Time
Relax.
penalty.
Plenty of room. Penalty.
shortcutting.
Shortcutting my ass. You gave him the position, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Good point. They better not penalize him. I'd like the stewards to look at that because there's
Yeah.
nothing you can do.
Yeah, I know where to go.
Yeah.
It's just an automated penalty.
Oh, automated. That always works. Automated driving. One behind.
You're gonna go
Coming
the
in, coming
long
in.
way, GTP?
Yeah. Here he comes. Bank off of him. Oh, sorry. Just
I have to give up this time under the penalty. I was running out of time to give the penalty up.
Yeah.
You get the P2 leader approaching.
Copy. Alright, I'm gonna hunt this guy down again.
That's it. Now let's go do some smooth laps.
Yep.
Right on you. One coming.
Yep.
Follow him. Let's go. Use the pick. Here he comes. Close the gap. Nice and smooth.
Another P2, 5.5.
I think the Ferrari takes a little bit better line. Sorry about that, Garrett. What was that?
Yours. It's P2 about 5 seconds out.
Okay.
I personally just think the Ferrari is just, we're still getting paid off.
You know, Garrett and I had a lot of laughs about the tinfoil hat theories of, advertising dollars and what have you. BOP. A lot of good laughter on the back here, folks.
It does go on, even in the
Yeah.
virtual world.
Even in the real world. I've never heard of a manufacturer plugging into somebody's car.
No.
No. What'd you do?
I don't know. Over-rotated on the brake pedal?
Yeah. Yeah, you had a late spike, but I don't know.
Yeah. Alright, well,
Sorry.
I
Take a
think we're
breath.
due for a pit stop at this
Yeah.
point.
Yep.
Yep, you get 3 P2s on you.
I can't make it to pit lane fast enough, can I?
Yep. Okay.
They're all on.
We didn't lose a position, which is good.
Yeah, that's fine.
We may have lost one on the pit cycle, but don't know
Alright.
about that yet. But
Let's see
all
what the
good.
tires do.
Alright, so 26 liters.
26, copy that.
I think
Right
that's what we
side
said,
tires?
right?
Yeah,
Right side tires, yes.
copy that.
You got a GTP and a P2 approaching.
Copy.
Be careful of your pit. Make sure you're to the left.
Copy. Thank you.
Let him go inside. Or outside.
I think we're safe.
Copy that. Still safe.
Traffic on that.
You get about a second and a half
He's
to the
close.
GTP.
There it
Copy.
is. Perfect
Half a
time.
second.
Perfect time. Excellent. Alright, deep breath, guys. And ladies.
Well, now I'm gonna let you know that your friend Dustin actually stopped in to say hi.
Aw. Hey, Dusty. How's it going, dude?
Oh,
Good to see you guys. And Alberto.
and Alberto. Yeah,
How's it going, guys?
good timing. Oh, we're empty. We need more Yingling.
My brothers from other mothers.
And Carlos
Thanks for joining,
Plaza.
guys.
Alright, let's see what we got here coming out. All
Yeah.
clear behind, looking pretty good.
Oh, thank you, Carlos.
I think Alberto and I have some cool memories here. I'm pretty sure, did we win in
Full
2018?
tires, be
Super
careful on the way
fail.
out.
Did we win over all, or was it just in our class? I can't remember, Alberto. You got to tell me here.
All clear, 500 yards, 600
Got it.
yards. No worries. Track is yours. Great pit stop, folks. Nice clear track entry.
Excellent job by the pit crew.
Yep. Still all clear behind. 700 yards.
Okay.
I make up the yardage, by the way. It's all relative.
Heads up, you do have some GT3 traffic that's ahead of us.
Okay.
Behind you.
Copy, I see that. Would love not to go a lap down on them.
Unfortunately,
They may not have stopped yet either, so that might be
Yeah.
where half of that is.
copy that.
Yeah, the GTP got 6 seconds out.
Gonna cost a lot of time to let equal class cars go through, but
I know.
they probably haven't stopped yet.
Alberto said you locked in at Laguna and won overall.
That's what I thought. That was a fun one. That was a fun day. Asking
GTP
too much
tight.
of these tires.
Last corner, coming at you.
Copy.
It's gonna be close to turn one. There he is, right on you.
Copy.
Two of them. One behind you, spawner. We're clear.
Copy.
Clear, clear, clear.
One more behind, 4 seconds out.
Copy.
Oh, the looks like we had a wreck or something happened.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw him spin behind.
Did you put oil down?
You have a P2 about 4 seconds out. A GTP following him.
Copy. Bubba Burger.
Bubba. $50 yards, close. Two.
Copy.
Here comes one. Two, 10 yards behind.
Okay.
Close.
Danger
There he is.
close.
Yeah. Makes me want to get a McDonald's burger.
You got a GTP, second halfback.
Be in the same thought at the same time there, Angelo.
No way. The comedic routine is good.
Quarter pounder with cheese would be good.
Good stuff. One close. Inside. All clear. Kick up dust on purpose there.
A little wide.
Alright, you got a little bit of breathing room. Let's start focusing on some laps.
The first
Obviously,
place
the brake
GT3
pressure.
is actually pushing on you. He's shaved a couple seconds off since we came out of pits.
Yeah, they're probably flying. I hope they have to stop before they catch me, because I really don't want to have to let them by.
I know.
But we'll see.
Yeah, unfortunately, they seem to be on absolute screamers of laps. They're
Darn.
already gained a second over you that past lap.
I was
Sure.
looking at the Ferrari's line going down the hill and 9-10 combo. Trying to pick up some pointers from them.
Yeah. These guys are doing 121s, and I'm in the 23s, so
They're 4 to 5 seconds back. Might make this whole lap nice and clean. One brake pressure, float some speed in the middle.
Heads up, you got 3 P2s approaching.
Copy.
Couple seconds out.
Nice and smooth. All clear behind.
Okay.
All clear behind.
Okay.
All clear, 500 yards, no worries.
Okay.
2.5 seconds. P2. Single one.
Okay.
One second behind. Half a second.
Back to back.
Okay.
A little bit of gap. One coming by.
Yep.
Second one's gonna be tough.
Yep. I'm gonna let him go on the way in.
Copy that. Leave the pond door open. Take a breath. There he is. Close it up, nice.
One more.
The GT3s must be on me also.
Now we're
P2 right on top of you.
B cars, big cars, right behind you.
Arrow wash.
One more. One more.
GT3s are 2 seconds out.
Okay.
One more P car coming.
Okay.
On you. Here he comes. He's clear.
Okay.
All clear behind. Focus in front. It's all that drag we got.
Mm-hmm.
We start trimming that arrow out.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't be afraid to try it. It feels good
Yeah.
how it is, so.
Yeah. That's always kidding around with the arrow.
Yeah.
GT3s pulled off 1 second back.
He went off. Still coming. I know. He goes off, but he's still closing the gap. Is that possible? Last time I checked, no. Yeah. That sand compound. Mickey Thompson Super Swampers.
You guys on round 2? Your Yanklings back there?
No, somebody can't get up from the seat. Go get him. We're glued. We're freaking working here.
I think it's Bo's turn to pick up the
Do you think
task.
he could?
Might be difficult.
I would love
He's only 8 inches tall.
it. Still all clear behind.
Ooh. And a little
GTP coming
lazy.
fast. Don't get lazy. Sharpen up the eyes. Here he comes. Right up. Looking. Inside, inside, inside.
Copy.
Clear.
GT3 half a second out. Yeah, let him by. He's ahead of us. He's the box leader.
I understand, but he got into
Yep,
it in a slightly
traffic
better
coming,
place
traffic
than that.
coming.
Yeah.
P2 approaching, right on top of you.
Okay.
He's got to get closer, and he's
Got it. Good, good, good. Deep breath. Try to pull draft.
Yep.
He's close. Clear. Clear. Outside. Looking.
2 more P2s approaching.
How the hell the car do that?
I
I'm
was.
not saying there's
How
no
did
way
he
that
get
that
that
car-
close? I wasn't trying to get in his way, but
No. No, no. All clear on that.
I wasn't trying. Maybe he thought
Danger
I was
close.
pretending.
Car behind.
Yep. I wasn't trying to race the guy. Maybe he thought I was.
Nah, everybody was fine.
Yeah.
Another car behind. Close.
Okay.
Inside. 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 Clear.
Next P2 is 3 seconds out.
Okay.
Come on, little Lamborghini traffic. Can we get the lap back? Nice and clean, kiddo. Nice and clean.
No, there's no way to get the lap back, unfortunately.
Now, he's driving a little bit wider. Look at the fall down the hill. Watch his line. Car right behind you.
Yep.
There he comes. Inside. Inside. Clear. Another one coming. Danger close. Inside. Clear.
That was tight.
Yeah, I know. All clear behind. Wicked. 1,000 yards. Focus in front.
Okay.
Alright, take a breath. Stretch your hands. Nice and smooth. Let's not get lazy.
Thank you.
Nice brake trace. Really good. Nice line. Wipers?
Yeah, I clean the crap off the windshield. Not realistic, but it works.
I know. Wipers?
GTP 6.5 seconds out.
Okay.
Should be on top of you by the time you're in come after this corkscrew there.
Okay.
Awesome. Just drive that race. We're doing good. Jared, how we looking?
GTP right on top of you now.
Okay.
Deep breath.
Really? Wow,
Come
that was
on. I know. I can't even say inside or outside because they're just, you know, it is what it is.
yeah. All right, so that Lambo had not stopped yet, so I'm now not down a lap.
Awesome. Good eyes on that, Greg.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pulled that one out on the eyeballs.
That's why I need these eye tracking glasses so you can see how much my eyes are actually doing.
And we are at 101 beats per minute.
Got a GTP rolling up on you, 2 seconds out.
Okay.
And that P2 about 7 seconds out.
Okay.
Yards, 10 yards, danger close.
Okay.
Inside. All clear. Slotted.
P2, 4 seconds out.
Okay.
I'd be interested to know if that was a good sector. Different approach on that, falling down the hill.
Yeah, they don't show that timing on the
I
race.
know.
On the races, unfortunately.
You know, you want to race engineer some stuff, but you
P2,
can't.
1 second out.
Well, we can fire up good old H&H, but I need another computer to do that.
Just another computer in the room?
Yeah, Alberto, if you're watching,
We can never have too
Inside,
many.
inside.
we got a license of H&H that can plug into iRacing, so we can do all of our strategy stuff just like we do in real life for iRacing. So
We should
talk,
just set up the pit stand here. Forget it.
I think the next place is going to have an actual
Yeah,
timing stand. Is
we
my
should.
plan.
That'd be wicked cool.
Yeah, right. I mean, why not?
Yeah, no, it's 100%, 110%.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Now that I say that out loud,
Nah, that's a game changer. At least for us geeky engineers
we're
that
going to
want to
build
sit
an
on a pit
actual
car.
timing stand
Build one.
in the next place.
I'm gonna buy one and freaking roll that thing right in there.
Yeah, I got to use C-Tech, build the thing
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It's not like it's my first time building one out, so.
You got a P2 about half second out.
Whoa, well that would have been a
Oh, serious.
toe link or a A-arm.
All clear behind. GTP coming fast.
About how many laps to the end, can you guys tell? Just
Oh.
approximately?
8 or so.
Okay.
GTP 50 yards. He pitted. Looks like he pitted.
Copy.
The one following him, he's about 3 seconds out.
Copy. Looks like
Focus
we
in
have
front. All clear.
a E2 coming out of the pits.
Yep. Danger close. One behind.
Overall leader, I presume?
Maybe
That livery
not.
looked familiar.
No,
Maybe not.
no, he's
Oh,
fifth
no.
place. He is 8,000 iRating though. It must have about 5,000.
One more car right on you.
Yep.
All clear. 2,000 yards. Focus in front. Nice smooth laps.
Okay.
There you go. Thousand yards, no mistakes. All clear, 800 yards. Focus in
Okay.
front. Smooth. Right front tip, 193.
Okay.
Right on you.
That's been about the peak.
1,000 right behind, nobody coming.
You have 3 GTPs, 11 seconds out.
Okay.
Make it 10.
All clear behind. GTP, turn 11.
Okay.
Now.
The gaggle
All clear?
coming.
Yep, 3. All clear, focus in front. GTP, start finish, all clear in 1.
5 seconds out.
There's his favorite corner, let's go. Watch that curving. Upsets it a little bit. Watch that curving.
One second out. GTP.
50 yards. Inside. Gap,
Half second out. One more.
right on. Gap.
And 1 second more to the last one.
Okay.
Right on you. He's looking. There. Keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight. Yeah, outside. It's tough one, guys. That's just the way the
4,000 I rating, and that's how he thinks that's how that's done.
no, just bad positions.
Yeah.
P2. Half second out.
Okay.
Give him a point. All clear. Focus in front. 55,000 yards.
55,000 yards.
I'm making shit up. Don't worry about it. You're doing great.
And I will walk 500 miles.
Greg, you're doing great.
Minus the Scottish or Irish accent, whatever that is.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Oh, the healing voice. Can you give us the healing voice?
Da, da, da.
Shut up and drive. Just kidding.
No, you're right. If I were you, that's what I would be saying.
I know we're giving you mixed signals. 1,000 yards, all clear. Focus in front.
Okay.
Get brake traces. Let's do it. I like your approach on this downhill again.
Cool.
That was cleaner. Less wheel, better angle. Really clean, looking good, kid.
About 5 laps left to go.
Copy. That's 7 laps worth of fuel. And change.
GTP, turn 11.
Okay.
Start, finish, all clear. All clear.
GTP, 3 seconds out.
Okay.
Yards. There it comes.
It's easy.
Clear. One more coming. Second out. Clear. 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 There he comes.
You got 2 PTs approaching.
Got it.
3.5 seconds out and 4.5 seconds out.
Couple minutes left.
Okay, copy that. You coming?
All mistake
Close.
there.
Right on you.
Okay.
One. Micro gap. Second one.
Yep, one more. Half second out.
Copy.
Right in the corner. Son of a bitch.
Whew. You tried to
Here it
roll on
comes.
max speed.
Yeah, I know.
Get a GTP, 4.5 seconds out.
Looking good. All clear. There he is. Danger close.
Okay.
All clear. All clear. Race is yours.
Okay. The GT3 leader is still only 11 seconds behind me.
Yep.
Wow, it's flying.
Yeah. Excuse me. Focus in front.
Thank you.
You missed that corner.
Not in my book.
No, I know.
I'm only down 1/100.
I'm trying to keep your eyes on it.
That's the way engineers shouldn't drive.
No, hell no. Leave the jockeys up to the jockeys.
The information isn't. Oh, up half a tenth.
Stop. Need you to bring the car home, please.
Okay. If I have to,
Oh, yeah, you do. Those are the rules.
not like I'm a team owner or anything.
No, points on the board. Pretty bad when the team owner tells you to crash it and bring home a trophy.
Yeah, we're getting on some good points tonight.
Nice and clean. $500, all clear.
Okay.
He's got a hairpin, so he's gonna slow up. All clear.
Okay.
All clear.
4 seconds is the nearest P2.
Okay.
You're all good. Should be going to a white flag after this lap.
Okay.
Nice. 1 P2 coming, as Garrett said. Still plenty of time. Still clear. Turn 6 clear.
P2, 1 second out.
Okay.
Downhill's yours. On you. Watch for the downhill. Nice. Give him the door.
Okay.
All clear. Slide in. Slide in. All clear.
No white flag this
No
time.
white flag. Ooh.
We're good on fuel. I've got fuel for 3.5 more.
GTP's coming. Start finish.
Okay.
Still clear.
B2 and 2 GTPs as well.
3 geese coming in the flock.
Okay.
Deep breath.
The
There are
leader
2 geese in that
this-
pigeon.
30 yards out. Leader.
This might put
Inside.
me in white flag now.
Second.
Ooh.
Second. Third car is back. 20 yards. Coming close. Danger close.
The leader may have just taken the white, and now
Yep.
he passed me, so I may be coming to check her right now.
Yeah, we'll
Hard to
see how
say.
it shakes out, yeah.
Yeah, white flag is out.
Okay. Alright, last lap.
Get a P2 2 seconds back.
Good call, Garrett.
1 second out.
Downhill's yours. All clear. All clear still.
Half second.
All clear. Take a breath. Let him by.
Ooh,
All
checker
clear.
flag. Alright.
Nice
There
job,
you go,
guys.
SP9.
Alright. I think that's fine. I had the one unforced error there on me, just carrying too much brake pressure here, too deep.
Mhm. That
Uh,
was a micro error, you know.
yeah. Couple small lapses in focus a couple times, but
Mhm.
frankly, that's part of being human and not an alien.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
And talking and, you know.
And talking and doing all this other stuff.
I think that was one of the losses in turn 1. We were just chatting.
Yeah, I think it was just
A little too much banter.
But that's
okay.
what makes it fun, you know.
Yeah.
Good
Overall, I
job.
think this is pretty good. So for anyone watching, I know we're all celebrating a 9th place finish like it's some big miracle, but think of it like you guys have watched Formula One. Think of it like I'm in the Williams, and it's not fair to expect me to like try to beat Max in the Red Bull.
Yeah.
Think of it like that. I'm not this, except it's not the car; it's more the driver. The guys I'm racing against are probably literally getting paid to compete and race tonight, whereas as much as I might do this for a living, me competing is not the part that I do for the living.
Yeah.
So, overall, I think that we have a lot to be happy for with tonight. It was some really good points for us.
I thought it was overall a really good race. I think
That was good,
everybody
yeah.
pulled together. Garrett and I got in a good rhythm.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of long distance view, a little bit of short distance view. It was really good. Hopefully we painted a good picture for you coming up.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I don't really have any complaints. Just some errors on my part a little bit. But,
With this
you know,
this much in the laps, not being super pro nor alien, I think
Mhm.
you were awesome.
Yeah.
Rock solid.
I think that was pretty good.
Yeah. All right, expect the driver's debrief as soon as you get out of the car.
All right. Well, car felt awesome. I think the setup changes the small ones that we made with the camber.
Mhm.
I think it was the inside rear that we took a little bit of camber away, and then we added a little bit of rear toe. They were good. It definitely helped. So I felt that it was much more predictable for me into pretty much everywhere. I think it did outright suffer a little bit in 3 and 4 and just mid corner speed as a result. But those are the right-handed corners, and we
Yeah.
knew that the left-handed ones were it's
But
going
you
to
said
gain.
you loved 3, so I don't care.
It still worked
I'll
fine
hurt
in
it.
3. I mean, I may have lost on average half a tenth every single time. I felt like I just had to slow a little bit more, but it still drove around the corner fine and
Yeah.
predictable.
Yeah.
So that part was really good. So I think the car was as good as it could have been, limited by this guy right here. So
Yeah.
I'll take that. So
All right, good.
peak heart rate 112. So I don't know who wins.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Sorry, I missed that one.
I lost.
I had 110. Is this
Sorry, disappoint.
what was that game show? in the morning. You can't go over.
Price is Right?
Price is Right. Did I get the prices right?
Closest
I
without going
think
over.
you
Closest
you
without
said
going
110, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's 2 over.
Well, he's over. I'm not.
Let's go to our race results. Oh, today we got another tab. Probably close the notification. All right, let's look what we got. All right,
What do we got?
so we were top split.
Oh, don't forget we got that penalty.
Yeah, and the
Cutting the
penalty
track.
for in reality would have been super BS. I had nowhere
Yeah.
to go, and I lost time by going off track and a position. But then
Yeah.
I still got handed a penalty because it was an automated iRacing thing, which
Yeah,
doesn't.
because it saw 4 wheels on the other side and it doesn't know how to.
Yeah, I would have had something for that Ferrari. I think I would have loved to have raced him a little bit longer. I think I still could have beaten him. He was going to be overly aggressive, and I think I could have baited him into a mistake.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable
The way
in
he
saying
the way
that.
he looked, he did drive he definitely expanded. Watching him pull away from us a little bit, he definitely expanded the track a little bit. A little foot here, a little foot there.
Mhm.
But he was able to carry some more speed after the downhill.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to intimidate
Oh yeah.
and try to
I hate
scare me
that
a little bit,
tactic.
which I'm just like, you're just showing me that you, by putting your nose in certain places that it shouldn't be, you're just showing me that you don't really know what you're doing. So
Yeah. Well,
it's
they
okay.
learn. Everybody learns that trying to make you make the mistake. Drivers mirrors. And
I think I can manage that on
Yeah.
average better than most of the people on iRacing, because I mean, even though if this is me racing for the first time for everyone, not for the first time, but usually been in a very different role on racing teams, I think I can manage the stress of that a little bit better, and kind of knowing the games and knowing when they're
Yeah.
playing moves and when they're actually throwing moves. When they're actually throwing a move, you don't know until it's actually complete.
Yeah, I think
when they're
both
just
you and
throwing
I picked
something.
up on it on the start of the race. He was just,
Yeah.
bobbing and weaving. We're like, listen, you've got no speed on us that we can see. You're just
Yeah.
bobbing and weaving.
And you're trying to pass in places that there's no
Yeah.
actual opportunity for anything. So,
Yeah.
all right. So my best lap time in that race was a 22.9. The leader set a 21.07 fast time. So my best is still 1.8 off. That's also by a 7,000 iRating driver. So,
Yeah, so that's one of the things that's tough because, Pro Am, Gold, Platinum, we always just look at pure delta, and the problem is when you change the delta because you have 7,000 iRating. All right, so then what's the reality in our group?
yeah, that's like a platinum driver or a bronze or a silver comparing to like a world-class platinum guy. It's really not. It's not a useful comparison to be making.
Yeah.
I find one of the things when I'm coaching in real or in sim is that some of the people that I'm working with that like at a gentleman driver level, they're gonna say they turn whatever lap time it is. If you're trying to set a data or reference lap by comparison, like, hey, this is what you should be aiming for. I find that anything that's more than 2% faster on like total lap time, if it's any more faster than that, than the person that we're trying to coach to get faster, it's totally useless. Like, you can go set a 5% faster lap, but that person's not going to be able to do even a fraction of what you're attempting to do because the understanding of the car is different. So to set something within a 0.5 to 1.5%, like a 1% thing, is a really good carrot chase.
And we're talking about 1%.
Yeah,
that's the fun thing about it.
Even if I had this set up in the car and the data from the guy who's doing the 1.8 seconds faster than me, I mean, I would like to see it and see what it's doing and see what I'm not capable of, but it's not something that I would directly be like, oh yeah, I can just go do that because I see the traces.
I'll just turn the switch on and just do it. No.
Yeah, so if we take the fastest guy in the 2000s, which would be the 6th place car, a Ferrari.
Okay.
22.3. So now we're 0.6 off. So
and that's something that you and I can massage and get to that, no problem.
Yes, we did beat the other Mercedes. So I think in every one of these weeks, I've been the top performing Mercedes. So that's also nice. Again.
Excuse me? It's not the car.
It's not the car. Drop the link to the podcast in there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff, Ross, and Sam.
Yeah, I love those guys.
I love the 333 episode this week. That was a cool one.
Yeah.
But no, I'm pleased with what we're doing. We can always argue all day long whether the Mercedes is fast enough. I still think it's a little off, but it's also
we're having fun.
It's fun. We've got a cool livery that Josiah put together. We've got it's just continuity, I think, for us right now.
even in real racing, when you show up at the track and, you know, all of a sudden you're 9 seconds off pace, you just sell the car right there at the track and try to find another one? No,
Yes.
this is what you
Oh,
have.
I was gonna say yes.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Fire your drivers unless they're paying the bill.
Yeah. So this is what you have, and you have
Yes.
almost no choice but to start moving.
And in modern racing, there's if you're that far off, it's not. If you're like in a GT3 car and you have your BOP set correctly and your car's not broken, if you're that far off, there's just a discussion to be had with the engineering and/or driving
Yeah.
portion of the team.
Yeah.
Probably the drivers first. Engineers can't make a car 8 seconds slower than what it should be.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Well,
Daphne, pull number 8 plug, please.
Okay, well, looking at the championship points, I know these take a little while to reflect, so this is not yet reflecting the race that we just did. I think this takes an hour or two for it to cycle over.
But yet the
It did say
penalty.
you got like 75 points, I think.
But yet the penalty going through the
was just a
corkscrew
time
was
penalty.
instantaneous. Excuse me. No review. I'm only kidding.
Yeah, no. Well, that's where we've been looking at maybe one of our future races. What we do is rather than doing one of these standard official iRacing series, that we find an actual live produced, like human officiated, like races with like an actual broadcast team and the same drivers and teams every single week, and we compete against a very known quantity, much closer to what we do in real life. I would love to participate in that. I think we're evaluating what our options are. That would be really cool. We'd love to do that. It's going to be a little bit
crazy.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That's what we did when we did the Road to Indy E series all through COVID with Road to Indy. We had Johnny Unser and Robbie Unser
as officials.
Tony Common would occasionally show up as actual race officiation. We would make people take drive-throughs. We would run the races. I personally, as the sim partner, Symmetric was the sim partner of the series.
Yeah.
I personally drove the pace car. Like we actually had a real human-driven pace car. So I would drive the Corvette as the pace car and lead all the Road to Indy kids around. So that was actually really fun.
Oh, that's cool.
A lot cooler
Wish I
than
would have
just
seen
this
that.
automated stuff. The streams are still out there. I'll send one to you. So. Anyways, back to our championship discussion. All right, so it doesn't yet reflect the points that we got. I don't know. Garrett, you said we got picked up 75 championship points?
I believe it was 75, yeah.
Okay, so that would put us at 869 points, which so we should probably be in the 50s overall in GT3. We go to our Division 3. 75 points would put us 74 points in the lead over Mr. Samuel Heikkila from Finland. I've done also about 1/4 the number of races that he has. So,
so I wonder if we can run a race with Sam.
That'd be fun to do. That'd be really cool.
Maybe we'll reach out, see if we can do the next race.
Yeah, Richard Kelly in the Atlantic region, Ruben, all these guys in the top 10. It would be fun to. I'm sure we've actually shared some actual races with them at some point. I recognize some of these from the. So, all right. So Division 3, I would love to be at least on the top 3 of this. I mean, I want to win, but it'd be really cool to be in the top portion of this in Division 3. And then if we go back to our Florida region, Mr. Florida man over here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Florida. Maybe the internet's slowed down here. I don't know.
120 points in the lead.
Without counting tonight's race. So we'll be 195 points in the lead.
How many races
Love to see it.
P2 get?
P2's done 16 races. I've done 19. Well,
not
again,
bad.
20 now. So we've got a pretty solid lead in Florida going, unless someone starts showing up and doing a lot of races and doing really well.
Well, look, P3's got 61 starts. He's working it. All right,
He's working it. Well, it's not just about taking starts; it's about getting good results at high splits.
Well, what I'm looking at is he's working on his game. You know, so he's taking 61 starts, and we've all got to start somewhere. So, all right.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like how they kind of balance it with you don't necessarily have to just do a million races to score the most points. It's about having solid results and average finishes. I'm not exactly 100% sure how the total points, like, do they drop your worst results?
I never read the rules on it.
Versed in that. I honestly didn't think I was going to pay attention to our point standing, but now that we're doing well, I am. So
such a driver. Oh, it's all about the freaking trophy.
I mean, you want to win something, don't you?
Plastic coffee mug.
All right, so let's go back and take a look forward to what we have going on next week. I believe we are going to Indianapolis next week. Yes, we are. The IMS road course.
IMS road course.
Well, I definitely know that one.
Okay.
I've been there many, many, many times.
Okay.
Not to do any GT stuff. It's almost entirely been it's not
Formula
entirely
car.
mostly Formula Car stuff. So
Yeah,
a
me too.
lot of road to Indy work. The symmetric trailer has been there
Yeah.
4 times I think. In the infield, the symmetric trailer has been on Gasoline Alley. We should post one of those pictures.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be good.
that was super cool. That was a cool moment to have the Pagoda in the background and the
Yep.
Gasoline Alley right next to the trailer. That part was cool. I've done some Ferrari Challenge stuff there as well. I think it's the finest motorsports facility in all of North America. Anyone who's ever been there before knows that it's truly world class. The road course,
It's okay.
road course is okay. I
No.
think it
No,
raced
it's
as
still
well.
Mecca though. It's still,
Yeah,
you go there and it still has a soul.
Yeah. So this one's going to be really cool. Let's
Yeah.
pull up the track info. So this place, what's cool about it, what's going to make it race really well is that we have two pretty significant straightaways. You have the back straightaway into turn 7, and then we have the long carousel coming out of turn 14, leading onto the front straightaway, going across the bricks backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And then in big braking zone into turn 1. So that creates some pretty big, safe
Yes.
passing opportunities.
Safe passing? Excuse me, turn 1?
Well, it's just usually you're going to have a tone. It's not going to be side by side. You're either by them entirely or not. Well, who knows?
I've seen turn 2 become quite the debacle.
Yeah, I actually didn't get to watch the IMSA. Was it a 6-hour or a 10? How long was the IMSA race here last year? They went to IMSA. IMSA went here for the first time last year, and it's now one of the endurance championship races that they do here. I want to watch the actual race to see how.
So can I share something with the entire crowd?
Please.
This track is billiard smooth. It was made for IndyCar and F1. And the joke is that you don't want to touch a curb because it just upsets the grip everywhere else.
Yeah.
So
you want a really tight setup on this.
Yeah.
For here.
It's the first time we noticed it, you and I were talking about being on the mound, watching. So what is it, 8, 9, 10 area?
Yeah, right around there.
And then you watch the leaders of a race, whether it's lower formula cars or what have you, or even H production in SCPA, and you watch the leaders come through and you're like, they didn't touch a curb. And then you watch the next pack come through and they're bouncing off the curbs. And you realize that right off the bat, you're like, kind of not about shocks. It's about not touching a curb and being real smooth with your setup. Because the car can generate good grip with 4 tires on the ground.
Yeah, there are curbs that I think we're going to be.
Few ones will be in play.
I think the S's, 8, 9, we're using a lot of curb. 10, we should be using a lot of curb. Those curbs are essentially flat. They're more a texture.
Still upset the car in real life.
They do. They do for sure. We're not using anything in 12 and maybe nicking the inside one at 13 barely. 14, we're not touching anything. That's a no-no.
Nah.
1, maybe we'll touch 2. Maybe
2 people climb on because of position.
Rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3, we don't need to. 4, a lot of the Ferrari Challenge guys were using a lot of it, but that's also Ferrari Challenge, and it's not an aero car, so that's kind of a moot point. 5 and 6, I haven't driven iRacing's model, so I don't know how tall the curb profiles are. It's changed over the years, so I don't know if these are smooth flat or big bouncy.
And this one of the fun things, like, Greg and I have got some good memories, whether we're race engineering or being there at the track, and we're learning what iRacing can accept. We're exploring our boundaries. What's a faster way through in iRacing? It may not be fast in reality sometimes, and sometimes it matches identically.
Yeah.
So it's a fun game for us to see what we know and what we don't know, what we can figure out as fast as possible.
Yeah, the thing that's going to be telling that I haven't driven this on iRacing yet. I'm going to spend some time over the next week getting ready. Is what do they can constitute track limits on the outside of this chicane over here? Because there's a lot of pavement here. There's a white line, but does it count track limits over the white line, or does it count track limits when you touch the grass? Because if it's the grass, we could take this thing flat and go flying off the normal racing line.
What's it about Watkins Glen turn 1?
Yeah, the NASCAR, the MX-5 line, you're miles away from the racetrack, but you're flying.
That's just so wrong.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I think I like this place. I think it's fun.
I like it a lot.
I attach the my real experiences here a lot to it. So I think it's gonna be fun. If it was just a racetrack and it was just anything else and there was nothing, maybe I wouldn't like it that much. But this is a really cool place. So this one's gonna be fun. And then after that, we have something that actually does not happen very often for me
What?
at all anymore.
Track you haven't been
A
to?
track I have not been to, and I
Oof.
do not know at all. I have never driven it. Misano. So
What'd you say? I'm sorry, I don't even know what the hell you just said. No,
Misano
I haven't been to Misano either.
I haven't been there. I know
Yeah.
I've worked with some people that have gone there before, but I've never done sim prep. I've never driven the sim, never been there, never
Ooh,
nothing.
then Detroit
that
Belle
is-
Isle. Oof.
And then we have good old Belle Isle that's going to rattle the teeth out of my head even more than Sebring. That'll be our finale for the
Okay.
the season. But like, look, you can see I haven't even bought in Masato yet. Like, I don't even
No,
own
I
the
know.
content yet. So I should probably start practicing that before I practice Indy.
Yeah.
So I know this
In
one's
theory, yes.
from what I've seen of Misano, I know it's really a motorcycle track, which means a lot of increasing, decreasing, transitional,
Yeah.
technical. I know it's going to be complicated, so I'm
Okay.
actually looking forward to learning it. We should do a stream where I just go out and like the first lap you guys see
Oof.
is what I actually drive, but we don't have the time to do all these different streams. and all this.
So you get to show all your screw ups and that you're human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably not going to be a strong track for me, or
Okay.
no, it isn't. It's just simply I don't have the
We'll see what
experience
happens.
of any of these
Yeah.
other tracks, but it'll be fun. So, anyways, let's wrap it up for the night.
Yep.
So, thank you to all you guys for giving me help. So we've got Garrett helping me with spotting and strategy. We've got Angelo helping us with all the engineering support. He's one of our members here. We got to get you driving in here sometimes.
Well, I've been
Maybe
away at racetracks.
Oh,
So
you're doing the real
that's-
thing.
Greg and I laugh. It's like, hey, coming Thursday? No.
Are
I'll
you
be
coming
in
tomorrow?
Ohio.
We got a
Uh,
race today tomorrow.
Tomorrow's looking pretty good.
Tomorrow is Miami International Autodrome with GT3s. So that one's going to be
Okay.
fun. But
Alright.
anyways, then my lovely wife Daphne off camera. Can you stick a hand into the camera? Hello. And is Bo back there somewhere too? Have him say goodnight for everyone.
No, we lost him. He's asleep. The dog, the
Okay.
family dog.
As always, we want to thank all of our partners here. Of course, Decipher Technologies. They are actually in this week helping us out with some networking glitches that we've had going on. I think we actually got resolved. Thank you, Josh, for the help with that. I got some really cool tech improvements coming to the club, courtesy of Decipher. Big shout out to South Wake Capital for their support in our developing our business model with them. We've got a lot of really cool things in the horizon here at the Chicane Club. Can't publicly really talk about what any of them are, but there's a lot on the horizon and things are getting bigger.
He didn't even
and
tell
better.
me.
I didn't even
What the
tell you. Well, there's big things coming in
Love
the
it.
next
Love
6, 12, 24 months. So that
Okay.
part's all great. Saw belts. Oh, as always, love this seat. Love these seat belts. Love these gloves. I've used these so long that they're almost starting to get worn out, but I think I'm going to use them forever.
Yeah.
Yes, they're FIA rated fireproof gloves. Do I need them for a simulator? No, I'm not. The simulator is not made by Ferrari. It's not going to spontaneously combust. But I like using them because I drive the real car with them, so I like to practice with what I get to use in the real car. Love these seat belts. We've got them on a passive seatbelt tensioner, so we've got all the active. When I hit the brakes, I feel the brake pressure coming through the belts on my chest, which is a really good feedback tool. And then, this seat's really comfortable. We can fit anyone of any size in here and make everyone comfortable with adjusting the pads. So
Even
that part's
me?
been awesome. Oh, yeah. I mean, you've been in this seat, so you tell me.
I need a booster seat.
We got modular pad kits. So, and then, V-Box and Race Logic, we've got our sim pack that we use to capture all of our center screen video and all of our data capture for analysis afterwards, which we do plenty of after all of these races, along with all of our customers. So it works just like the HG2 camera system that everyone installs in their real race car. We've got a Porsche GT4. It's off camera right now, but Porsche 718 GT4 Club Sport MR, 15 feet that way, that has an HD2 system in it that we're going to use when Garrett and I go driving in real life. So love their products. If you guys want anything like that, send us a message, drop a line in the chat or something like that, and we'll get you hooked up.
Excellent.
Also want to thank Captain's Chair Coaching for the best executive. Oh, look, the logo's on the screen right now. Best executive business coaching for me to support me in everything that I do with leading this company. Symmetric. Yeah, I guess that's technically a partner. That's the old company and kind of what everything with the Chicane Club was built upon. So I guess thanks to me for doing all that stuff in the past to make all
Yeah, you
this become a
started it.
reality. Then we've got Rocky's Ultimate Garage doing the best wheels, tints, wraps, PPF detailing, you name it, they make it happen down here in West Palm Beach. So if you've got a supercar, sports car, race car, anything like that, bring it to Rocky's. They will
Dump
give
truck?
you guys. Yeah, I'm sure Rocky would not say no. It may not fit. Well, they've got pretty high garage doors. I think
Okay.
they can fit in there, but we'll get a blinged out dump truck. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up. But
Apparently, you guys haven't seen New York City garbage trucks.
what does that mean?
Some of them painted are really nice.
Well, it makes sense for New York City. We
Yeah.
wouldn't see that in Florida here. But yeah, wrapping it up. So we're going to Indianapolis next week. It's going to be a track I know pretty well. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think for the time being, unless Mercedes doesn't pay their BOP tax to iRacing, we're going to be back in the Mercedes again.
Tin hat.
If you guys are,
I think we'll be okay.
and we're starting to look forward to next season also. We're on the fence whether we want to do LMP2, do we want to do GTP, do we want to pick a new car in GT3? I know where I would like to go. I'm kind of leading, believe it or not, towards Ferrari stuff. Maybe in GT3 and staying in this category unless we find a new series to move over to. But I think I really like the format with the multi-class and the longer format races. So anyways, either way, thanks. I think we're going to wrap it up there, and we'll catch you next week from Indianapolis. Same time, same place. See you guys
All
next
right,
week.
good job, Greg.